Pardon?
Are you allowed, like, coloured tape on you, or?
Believe so. I don't see. Yeah, no, I'll be alright. Oh yeah, that fella's got some colour tape in his plan, so should be good. Just make me look as hospitalised as possible, so I get so much sympathy.
Make it like a couple.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you very much.
Kia ku marei kura ku whatukura. Nā tāngata katoa te motu. Nau mai hoki mai ki tēnei kēmu whakamutunga. O tēnei tōna mana. Ki tāmaki makaurau. Kei konei mātou. Ki ngā puna o Waiorea. Ki te haere tonu. Tēnei whakataetai. I nai anei. Kei te katimata te kēmu. Te tīma Māori. Under 19s. Te tīma o Aotearoa ki te raki. Under 19s. O tēnei te kēmu tuarua o ngā Māori i tēnei ata i tākoro rātou ki te tīma o Aotearoa ki te tonga i toroa taua kēmu i nai nei te kēmu anō kei te haere te kēmu whakamutunga anei hau ko Wirimu Māua ko toku hoa. Ko moi hau e kora atu ki a koutou katoa, ahakoa ko Waikato and North hea. Ka kora atu māua ki a koutou katoa e pāna ki ngā nekehanga o tēnei kēmu. Welcome everybody back to this last game of the day here at Western Springs. We've got our under 19 Māori boys against their under 19 Northern counterparts. It's going to be a good game based on what we've seen today in the first three games. The game this morning was a tight fought affair between the Māori team and the southern counterparts, so we're expecting another tight affair here. And we'll be keeping you in the loop with what is going on here on the ground.
Tēnā koe tai otira, tēnā koutou kua piritahi mai nei ki tēnei whakapāhotanga. Me pēhea korea e mihi ki ngā āhuatanga kua hora nei I te whira I tēnei ata otira I tēnei ahi tonu. Bit of a G-up, bit of a set-up though, cuz having the Māori back-to-back 2 games in a day. We sort of saw the fatigue of our Taina, our 16 boys who were unfortunate in their second game. They tried to run on their afterburners, but have been getting bashed by Tamanui Te Rā and the opposition. Aha ko te rā. I eke tonu. No matter the scoreline, it was pleasing to see the tenacity of our Māori boys that have done their iwi, their maunga, their marae proudly. And it's also a fitting time to have a celebration like this, coming off the back of Te Hui Āmotu and Tūranga Waiwai, celebration of Ratana down at the Pā, and our Waitangi Day acknowledgements are coming up very shortly. As we see early on attack here are the boys from the north. Kaua pia ko te taitokero, engari ko tēnei takiwā. Hint of an own goal there that have just come out of, I suppose, pressure. Unfortunate outcome from Ngai Māori. Hao te whakatau a te kaiwa wau he piro. Ka haure rani. Yeah, another early goal. Similar to the game one that we saw. Our 16s up against the South team. It's important that Te Iwi Māori bounce back. Not the greatest start from the boys. 1-0 to Auckland, Aotearoa North. And when we say north, we talk to the Bombays up, or Waikato up. Kaua ko te ika Māui anake. Not just the North Island.
Back in now! Hey! Shape early! Yeah, turn the face! Turn the face! Oh, good boys, good boys! Start it.
Right. That's the one way we can come out.
It's just pleasing to see that football, New Zealand football is in good hands, and Aotearoa Māori football is making a stance. Another good strike there from Auckland North. Auckland North in the baby blue strip. Te iwi Māori e mau ana i ngā poraka pounamu in the green kit.
A very quick start there from the Northern Secondary School side, Northern Under-19 side. I'll just run through so we've got Ben Graney, goal, Crow Nia, Nicholas Rooney, Raya Shin, Chris Christie, Archie Lutz, Brazil Naidu, Caleb, James Elder, Joby Reid, William Gross, Ryan McKay, Wills Leyland, Harley Gardner, Jake Bell, Dylan Montero, and we have the second half goalkeeper, Joshua Fowler. So, pai te tīmatanga, mo taua tīmara. It's a very good start from the Northern Aotearoa side. Ko Waikahua, time will tell how te tīma Māori will respond.
Whakawhiti mai ki tēnei o ngā kapa Māori, ko te upoko, te tīma ko Phil Parker no Ngati Manawa. Whai wāhi kōrero mai I Muara, celebrated the successes and the development of our Māori game with a big smile on his face. Acknowledgements to Phil Parker and his team. I hae grey of tūwharetoa ngā morehu, Heruini Inslee of Ngati Whakaue, Jason West of Te Aupauri, Tyson Delow of Ngati Parau, Te Atiawa. Israel Heihei vai whale no te taitokera no Ngāpuhi. Get through the rest of the list throughout the game. Just like to acknowledge all the mountains, the waterways, the rivers, the marae, the villages, the communities that these players represent. Not only in the Māori kit, but also in our tangata tiriti, our tauiwi brothers in the blue. Haere tonu ana ngā mihi ki ngā pakihi, ki ngā kāhui tautoko, our key stakeholders, Māori Active, Caltex, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Apollo, Baileys, and Go Media.
Let's go! Together! Move a step! Move a step!
Never too early for an up the wires here, hoa ma.
Squeeze!
We're all advocates for sport,
Go two, one is touch!
and certainly in this stage of rangatahi sport. Not receiving as much screen time and support as necessary as other countries, but it can only get better from here. So once again, acknowledgements to Rob Waddell and the Waddell Associates, Whakata Māori, bringing you the pictures and coverage of rangatahi football here in Aotearoa. It's a good time to be a football supporter here in Aotearoa with our Phoenix at the top of the table. Oh, I should be non-biased here, sitting on the fence. Here we are, no ara te piro tuarua. Kua hua mai mo te kapa o Aotearoa ki te raki. Back to the Phoenix, there's only two teams I support, Wiremu, that's the Warriors, and whoever plays against Australia in any code. I'm sure there'll be most of you out there as well.
Waiho Kibo, tēnei te tautuarua o te team of Phoenix Wahine. So there's the second season of the Phoenix women's team as well. Nā, ko te kora tuatoru. The third goal already, e hoa mā, e kare mā, e whakarongo mai ana. It's all one-way traffic at the moment here in Western Springs. The third goal for the Aotearoa Northern. Te ahua nei ke te ngengi haere ngā kaitākoro Māori. Māori team's looking a bit fatigued from their game this morning perhaps. But as I was saying, it's the second year for the Phoenix women in the Australian competition. So for both our tama and our kōtiro, there's opportunities and pathways here in Aotearoa.
Hei a te rātou, Chief. Puta mai ai ko te kapatuarua o Tamaki, tēnei tautonu rani, a te rātou ki.
Try switch it now.
Te tīmai konei.
And is that just for our men's division, brother, with an Auckland team playing in the Australian League, or are our women also provided with that opportunity? Or
Yeah, there might be one or two. Definitely starting with the men's team. They might be adding the women's team as well.
Some proud colleges making up this Auckland North team with Tauranga Boys, St Kennegan's College, Mahurangi College, Pompelia Catholic College, Hamilton Boys, St Kent's, Sacred Heart College as well, and St Peter's here in Kaua ko Tāmaki nei ngari ko Cambridge Ket, Nanaba Grammar, some gun schools that are very present in terms of their football academies and teams. It's nice for them to amalgamate under one squad, representative squad such as the Auckland North. Also for our Māori teams as well. Boys coming from ngā haue whāda 4 wins, ngā mātā waka, the mini canoe. Unlike that movie that Taika Waititi directed in First Goal Wins, let's hope there's an opportunity for Last Goal Wins.
Get wide, Ding! Get wide, Ding!
You can tell it's been a long day for Wiremu and I. We're catching things out of the sky to talk about. We'll let the ball do the talking.
Keep moving around! Turn! See your time!
Mea mau maha rātu ki a koutou e whakarongo mai ana. Just a reminder here that a lot of these secondary school boys are playing for a spot on the New Zealand team. They'll be certainly wanting to put their best foot forward, as the Northern team are doing. That's the 4th goal of this game. We're about 10 minutes in. And as I was saying, they'll be wanting to put their best foot forward for a place in that New Zealand team.
Wake up now, boys. Boys, keep it ticking, keep the intensity high. Go again, come on. From the start.
He mea hei whakaaroaro mo te tau e tū mai nei e tai. Ko te āhuatanga ki te rahi o ngā kēmu. Something to reflect on as event organisers for next year. Just that balance and that equality around the number of games teams have. I know we want to push our Māori boys as hard as they can, but to have to back up in heat like this, up against quality opposition, it would only be kind if both teams have a couple of games each, just to get an even playing field. And obviously that trip to Hawaii is on the cards for many of these young men.
Big carrot that one. Te haringa ki Hawaii. Haere kore. Whakahaere o enei tīma. E me ko tērā tētahi o rātou mui a. Ka tākoro, ka haramai, ka taumai ki enei kaupapa. All these players, the Māori boys, the senior ones that are playing here now, are looking forward to a trip to Hawaii at the end of the year. And the time they spend together in these sort of environments will be invaluable as they prepare to represent Aotearoa football, Māori football in Hawaii. And experiences like these Ko te ngiengitanga, te mamaitanga o ngā tinana, mahia te mahi. It's a good learning for them when they are tired, a little bit sore, that they still need to keep going, to stay focused, to concentrate, and to try and finish the game the best they can.
He mana tō te tāne, he mana no tō te wahine. E hoa mā, ka are tēnei te mōhio, ka hoa atu au te mihini nei ki tēnei hoa ki taku taha. Engari, kako se Dobrafala to Peter Martinovic, the event manager of Waddell Associates. She's sitting next to me. She's not aware that I'm going to pass the mic over to her or pose her with some questions that might stump her. But sister, we've really enjoyed your contribution to running the event today. You're an avid football supporter. Which team do you support in the English Premier League, and how have you found the quality of football today?
Both of our eights on the same
Go on
side.
then, what about a song?
Get one of them to stay weak side.
She just lets her actions speak. Peter, thank you so much on behalf of Widemu, myself and our camera operator for doing what you do. Rob's very grateful and lucky to have a mana wahine like yourself helping profile our game.
No time. No time. No time. Line now. Hold the shade.
Why not pass the mic to the right-hand side? Pass it, is it? Yeah. 4-0 e hoa mads. Tough times for our young Māori men. Acknowledgements to the coaching staff of both squads. Some teams have prepared a lot more than others. Some of our Māori boys have just come together last night for a game. And these other teams have had a bit more time together to understand each other's playing skills and techniques and crafts. No excuses though.
I'm here again.
Actually, though, it takes me back a few years, about 4 years ago, I tātou ki Rotorua, and that was, might have been the first, or perhaps the second time that Māori football had put on the North v South competition, and I was fortunate enough to go along and see, you know, the camp in action. And just the development of the players since then till now. So 4 years ago, you can see the fruits that are starting to now bear by what's gone into our game as Māori football. So what you're seeing today, as Philip, we had a kōrero to Philip, the kaiwhakahaere o Māori football earlier, and he was sort of saying that for him, this has been a 35-year journey. So now we're starting to see these rangatahi, e te kaho o ngā pukenga, te kaho o ngā tākoro, just how strong they are and skillful that they're coming to the field. It's a real joy to watch and a good sign for the future.
For sure. It's not yet surprised by some of the visions of our organisations. 5-year plans, 10-year plans, 50-year plans. You look at Te Whakatipuranga Ruamano down in Otaki with Ngāti Raukawa, they had I think a 50-year plan. You've got the Wakatū Corporation out of Nelson who have a 500-year plan, bro. Looking that far ahead. Pretty crazy. But yeah, acknowledgements to Phil, who has personified the vision, the tirohanga 35 years ago, to have an opportunity for te iwi Māori, our boys that are keen footballers, to have a platform, a stage, a presence for their efforts and their love of the game to be acknowledged.
Weak side!
Open up! Come out again. Come out again if you like.
Ki ngā kai whakarongo ki te kāinga, if you are listening in, if you are watching in, Go to the Māori Football Facebook page.
Move it quick.
If you do have tamariki Māori, they can register and you can be part of the movement. They're key. You can be on the email list, and you can get heads up to when events are on. Because events like this, we should kotoko and support and make sure that our kids feel the aroha from their communities, from their whānau. They're the ones out there doing the mahi, but there's ones behind the scenes. So big mihi to ngā whānau, ki ngā whānau. They're in their tamariki and their tātoro. Without the whānau behind the scenes, driving kids to practices, sorting out their equipment, washing their clothes. These sort of things wouldn't happen. So if you whānau, jump on the Facebook page, Māori Football, Aotearoa, maorifootball.co.nz. And if you need to register your tamariki, you can do that, and you'll be kept in the loop with all the events going forward at Māori Football.
Kaua hoki e whakawhai ti te tiro e kare mā ki ngā hakina ki ngā matua e whai wāhi atu ana e te iwi Māori. There's some misconception, some stereotypes out there that thinking our Māori kids only have space for either rugby league or netball. Any opportunity to encourage our kids to the multitude of sports that are out there are very rewarding. This is a prime example of the growth of Māori football. So let's listen to our tamariki, our kids, and follow their passions and interests, and wrap around them and provide them opportunities to get involved.
So you can take the second player out of the game with the pass.
Yeah, in there. Win it. Come out.
Keep your width deep.
Go straight. Go ahead. Forward. I'm always here. Come back, relax. Ball race. Back in.
He gets the fourth offside for so far this game, so the te rautaki o te tīma Aotearoa, ki te raki, their strategy here is to really put pressure on Te Māori in the defence there, so they're making their runs really close to the defensive line, and that's resulting in a few offside calls.
Hit forward. Kick in. Get up.
Te kōrero o te kāpenera, kia tau, e homa, kia tau. Settle it down. Ahi te pōro, jaki te pōro, manaki te pōro. Bit of communication going out from these between these Māori players, just to look after the ball a bit more. Take their time, be patient, stay calm.
Ball. That's ours. Love it. Sorry, dude. Get everyone. Good job,
Yep, start again. Start again.
Me now. Open.
Te whāhi ki te taha mātou.
Back in now.
Ngerei kua hotu te pōro ki te tīma Māori.
Shade. Good. Slide now.
Boys, Dijon, watch there.
Go two. Time. I'm on you. Good. I'm watching again. 32. Good.
Patient on it. Keep moving it.
Turn. Got time. Step with that. You're good. Unlucky running here.
Ana koina no te tangi o te pūtātara. The conch has been blown for a paku wā inu. Ngā puna o Wairorea is the Māori name for Western Springs, and it's about some time for some ngā puna o te wai. Time for a drinks break here at Western Springs Association Football Club. Don't go too far, i kare mā. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second phase of the first half. Only 4 points to 0. Tēnei football still to come. It's been a pleasure to bring you coverage on behalf of Waikato Māori, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Bailey's Apollo, and the key stakeholders and entities that are wrapping around this game that we love. Ka mautoni mai e wama.
I just want you to hold your shape here, because you need to be the option to link the ball into the team. Okay, so one goes, I'm okay with one going, but regardless of what side we have it on, I want to have a weak side 8. Okay, so both of us are gone. One of you can join in, which is fine. One of you can...
Grab some more ice spray.
You just stay as a pivot. If he goes, then you can fill in the space a little bit. Okay, because I think we can actually fill that.
Yeah. A little bit. It's not too bad. Still not very well. Yeah.
So it's sometimes make it, sometimes it's just standard still. Thank you. Good.
I was like, wait, there's no way to get rid of it.
Good when we move it. Moving the ball well, it's good. I'm still thinking about forcing it a little bit. That's not on help. You're going to kill them. Thanks, Breaker.
Oh, what minute is it?
20 minutes left.
Oh, about 8 minutes ago, that was good. Come on, boys.
Just keep on dropping off. A run, just like, don't be afraid to just turn back and I'll just go.
Anō ki tēnei o ngā whakapāhotanga. Mua rāno te kapakahurangi e anga whakamua ana i tēnei tuki ngā whakamutunga i konei i ngā puna o Waiorea. Te puku o Tāmaki. Four points to love here with the boys from the north catchment of the North Island. Really putting it to our under 19 Māori who are struggling to get on the scorecard. Had a very dominant first half, the boys in blue. We have been sort of spoilt with the evenly balanced teams throughout the first 3 games, where the result could have gone either way. However, in the first quarter of the first half of the 4th game on the... Where am I going there? On the Thursday of the 25th of January of the 24th year of living. It's been a big day, but it's been a pleasurable day. Imagine being a stats man and keeping track of all the passes and the intercepts and the shots on goal and the penalties, the fouls, and the cringe comments that have been put out on the floor. Oh, Bubba's had a couple too many. What a nice afternoon. Mums and dads are back after work to watch their sons represent their people. Bit of a fight up top here.
Look for Rico. Bring it back around now.
Flags up. Tū hapa ana. Te pau mua matau. I'd like to thank Ethan from Waikato Māori for providing us with a puna kupu, or a list of vocabulary. Whana poikiri e hoa ma. Whana means to kick. Poi is the term that we use for the sphere or the shape of a circular shape, the poi, as you would have heard in terms of kapahaka, where our kaihaka hold the poi. So whana, kick, poi, sphere. Kiri is a term for the skin. So the poi kiri is a kupu, or way to articulate the sphere. So poi whana, in short, is te kupu o te rā, the word of the day in terms of football. Cuz, do you call it football or do you call it soccer? And where's the beef? Are we allowed to call it soccer in NZ? No way.
Mai rāno, ko te kupu tika, ko te football, te futuporo.
Futuporo, so it's frowned upon hearing that other S word.
Soccer.
Soccer. True that. Oh, well, it's good to know. So, poi whana e hoa ma.
Poi whana.
Don't get caught out calling it soccer or football. Play it safe with poi whana. And if you get frustrated with your brother or your sister or even your partner, don't be afraid to whana him or her in the groin. Nah. Really enjoyed to sort of have an informal, formal commentary here. But like the, is it the ACC cricket coverage? Where the boys, anyway, an alternate commentary team.
But the alternative cricket commentary.
Alternate.
The ACC.
Yeah. Who have a bit of free range in terms of the terminology and the French language that they're allowed to use. We just say whakarongo and whakatika and whakapai. Ngari ka waiho e nā kōrero paru ki reira.
Good, Reece. Yeah, Ryan can have it.
There's a couple of boys on Instagram, on YouTube, who do a few reels of commentary. They mime different classic calls from cricket games and football games, and they've created a bit of a following. I forget what their names are, but they're hard case if you get a chance to. They reenact just the great plays of sporting accolades, and they've mimed in. Oi! At the crossbar there.
E rawe tērā whana. Tino tata ki te kōrā, tuarima. Engara I pā te kōrā, te kōro. Te pau, te kokona of the goal. So great shot there from about 25 metres out on this left-hand side. And curling into the top corner of the net. Only to hit the join of the post and the crossbar. Score remains 5-0.
As we see some substitutions coming on for the iwi Māori squad, who's had a big day cut out for them. As Wiremu has mentioned, it's pleasing to see opportunities for our young men to have pathways globally, not only for their sporting skills, but also academically. A whanaunga of Maini High Grays just come back from playing in Berlin in Germany for the FC of Brunnerland. Winter Rufer helped them get into the trials, and Winter played for Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. Sorry, my German is Tiamana is pretty average. Been coaching and mentoring Ihaya since he was 5 years old, so big mihi to Winton. and the efforts of Ihaya over in Germany. While we're there, let's give a plug to Kaya as well over in the States, and those that have taken the game beyond proud parents next to us and aunties, throwing a lot of support out for the young men. I eke i ka hore rane, o pai te whana. He rawe te kite atu kua whakawhiti mai te poro ki tēnei taha o te whira. It's nice to see a bit of action down this end. Not a team to back down, te iwi Māori. Aha kua ki hea, aha kua kōwai.
Yes, good. Exactly where you want to go.
Let's just hope there's a bit more resource, Wiremu, that allows our kaitākaro of New Zealand to stay here and be a part of the development opportunities here. We see certainly in rugby and rugby league, a lot of our talent goes offshore and represents other teams. And I'm a huge critic, but I respect where they come, where families have decisions and choices to try other avenues. But ideally, Sport New Zealand and our government and ministries that are responsible for sport put a bit more coin behind sports like these that are under-resourced.
Koe apiti ki aua kōrero, ki ngā pakahine, ngā pakahi Māori, ngā iwi Māori pia. Ka awhina i tēnei kaupapa i ngā kaupapa katoa o ngā hākine kine te Aotearoa nei. Mehe mea, ka tae e te tangata, te watu e tei pūtea, hei sponsor me ki, e tino rau e tēnei.
Haruru ana te whenua, haruru ana te tangata ki te koa o tērā o ngā kōrā. Te piro tuatahi tērā o te iwi Māori. Oscar Duffy no ngā puhi nui tonu. Te tai toke rau, te nota, te hiko o te ika. He's got the Māori back on the board. This Wiremu was just articulating that it might be time for different organisations, different businesses, different iwi entities to jump on board and help put some feathers on this bird to ensure that it flies to the heights that it deserves. Unlike the kiwi that has feathers but can't fly. Good
start again. Get woody.
Te manako ia, pa piki mai te ihi, te wehi, te wana. Tērā o ngā kōrā. I te wairua, i te mauri o te kapa Māori. Let's hope it gives them a bit of a boost, a second wind. That response, 4 points to 1. Goal scored once again by Oscar Duffy of Ngāpuhi. Kaua ko ia anake te uri o ngā toki mata whaoroa. O e rā waka o te taitoke rau, ko Riley Stevenson, ko Hamish Rowe. Wai hoki ko Oscar Duffy.
easy. Yeah, come on, Chris. Higher, step, come on. Time.
Ia tāhura watu. Tau rohene.
Go deep.
Down the right hand side. Engari i karo te tīma Māori. E hoki pia ki ngā kōrero e pāna ki a Winton. E au e tamariki ana ko ia te tauira, ko ia te taumata. I konei i Aotearoa. I nai nei, toko maha. Nā kai tākoro e tākoro ana ki tā wāhi. Reira, ki enei tamariki. Ka tae e rātou te kite, i te toko maha o ngā tāngata no Aotearoa, ngā tāngata Māori hoki, e tākoro ana ki tā wāhi. Engari ko Winton te tuatahi. He was the first one that ventured away from these shores and made it professionally, and he's the one that laid that foundation for all the footballers to follow.
Ko wai te tuarua, ko Winston Reid.
Te tētahi tangata here te Māori in for Danny Hay.
Danny Hay.
So Danny Hay no konei. So he went and played. He was the first New Zealander to play in the Premier League. And he was a few years after Winton. Winton's brother Shane actually, I think, spent a few years playing in Europe too. So yeah, definitely the Rufa family, ko tērā whānau, te kaunga, i Auawa, i Tauawa. Yeah, they're definitely the standard. I'm not sure even some of these younger ones will remember Winton. They probably look more towards the ones playing today, but yeah, he certainly laid the foundation for all of us to follow.
Ni tana, ka kore ngā mihi e mutu ki a koe. O i tō momo. O enei tamariki e moko puna e whaiwhai ana, e kaha whaiwhai ana i o tapu ai. Ana, ko te hawhe tēnā, ko tahi ana he te hawhe, me ki e rua ngā hauwha e toi mai ana. That's our whistle, that's our wihara, that's our pūtātara. That's our pūtorino that's been called. Thank you once again for sticking with us. Sticking with us throughout the day. It's been a pleasure to bring you coverage of football, of poi whana, on behalf of Whakata Māori and our kahui tautoko. We'll be back very shortly. Grab yourself a cup of tea, a coldie and a little snack, and we'll see you shortly.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times.
I just want to thank New Zealand Carbon Farming for taking the initiative and supporting schools like ours.
It's really important they have that outlet to come to kura for another reason other than curriculum, and for some reason in our water our kids just breathe sport, and having that resource here makes life that much more enjoyable and they can keep doing what they're good at.
Having this funding, being able to use it specifically targeting sport is hugely beneficial.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex app, Flybys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with Pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
We found the place. That's a good start. Taught by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
So sponsorship from New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic for our sports teams actually who went away to tournament week. We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel, accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students. And to come out with a new uniform for a number of sports, particularly our basketball teams who have been away at nationals, has been uplifting for the students and for our community. The support from Carbon Farming has been wonderful.
Without them, then we wouldn't look like this.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's saluting when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
Going to go now, going once, going twice, no more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Funding is a real challenge. We know that a lot of schools face that ongoing, and the reality is if you go to a lower decile school in New Zealand, you are less likely to be able to afford to participate in sport.
Obviously, having come through it myself with kids and being one of those kids myself who played sport, I know how much it defined who I was. And now being able to go, I can't fix it all, but we can help and try and give to those people who are going through really tough times.
I just want to thank New Zealand Carbon Farming for taking the initiative and supporting schools like ours.
It's really important they have that outlet to come to kura for another reason other than curriculum, and for some reason in our water our kids just breathe sport, and having that resource here makes life that much more enjoyable and they can keep doing what they're good at.
Having this funding, being able to use it specifically targeting sport is hugely beneficial.
Want to catch a fuel bargain with Caltex and Supergold? Scan your Caltex app, Flybuys or Airpoints for 6 cents off per litre with pumped. And show your Supergold card for an extra 2 cents off. Ah, feels good.
This isn't an ad about four-wheel drives. It's about knowing the place, as well as the locals.
We found the place. That's a good start. Built by my great-grandfather 20 years ago.
So sponsorship from New Zealand Carbon Farming has been fantastic for our sports teams actually who went away to tournament week. We're a community who's driven by sport, but often money and the cost of travel, accommodation and uniform can be a barrier for some of our students. And to come out with a new uniform for a number of sports, particularly our basketball teams who have been away at nationals, has been uplifting for the students and for our community. The support from Carbon Farming has been wonderful.
Without them, then we wouldn't look like this.
Sport is about more than just the game. It's about going from teammates to best mates. It's the high fives and helping hands. It's learning when to back yourself or back your buddies. It's actually being excited to get out of bed early on a Saturday. Sport is about more than just the game. That's why Caltex is proud to help fuel school sports.
Okay, guys, twice to sell. We've got past the soil, going to sell. Ladies and gentlemen,
This isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice. No more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
This is an opportunity that we can't pass on.
Ben! 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 They're all there.
He tiwi, no mauki mai, ki ngā puna wai, orea. Ki tāma ki makaurau, tēnei te timatanga o te wāhanga tūrua, o tēnei kēmu whakamutunga, o tēnei tōna mana, ngā kaitākaro Māori, ki ngā kaitākaro tuarua, o ngā kura tuarua, ki te tonga, ki te raki. Welcome back everybody to this last part of our final game of the day, the fourth game in this 4-game series. We've got our players from Māori football playing against our counterparts from New Zealand secondary schools, Northern, and New Zealand secondary schools, Southern. I tēnei rā, e māma te kite ngā pukenga maha o ngā kaitākaro katoa. It's been evident the skill level on display today is the highest calibre. And te ahu o ngā kēmu hoki, the way the games have been played, all of the players have had respect for one another. We haven't seen too much fighting, and the spirit of the game has been played in the right way. So that's a testament to the character of these kids and also their families at home and their families here that are supporting them as they develop and continue to grow as people, as athletes, and into their adulthood.
Tēnā koe Wirinu, I ēnā kōrero au, kei taku taha. Mike Gray, a proud father of a young man who's in this Māori outfit, and also the owner of Go Media, a proud sponsor of New Zealand football and the Phoenix. As a proud dad, firstly, mate, how does it make you feel for your son to be able to represent his people and showcase his skills on the football pitch?
Kia ora. Yeah, it's awesome, to be honest. It's the first time he's played for the Māori team. He's been overseas, and every time they've played, he's never been here. So it was awesome that Phil because we only found out about it like a week ago, and it's cool that he managed to get in to play today. So it's been a great day. Yeah, as you've been talking about, unfortunately with the weather, it's so hot in 2 games. It's just been a little bit tough for them in the second game, but this North Island secondary school team's a pretty good outfit, so they're doing well though.
And with your hat as a proud owner of the Go Media org, mate, and we certainly know your contribution towards the game of rugby league, but and your advertising presence in terms of football. How are you guys contributing towards the pathways for our game?
Well, I'm actually pretty passionate about football. So we sponsor New Zealand football, the Phoenix, Waikato United where I live, and but I've been involved with Winton and Winners for a very long time. I was listening to your kōrero before about how Winton really led the way. I think probably the next most amazing thing to happen for the game is this Auckland A-League team that's starting this year. That's going to create career pathways for tamariki that just didn't exist in my day, Winton's day, right? And Bill Foley's got a strategy. He owns Bournemouth in the Premier League. He owns a team in the French First Division League. He wants to buy a team in the Netherlands, in the Dutch League or the Belgian League. And as a result, they want to have a New Zealand player-focused team here. So they're talking to a lot of All Whites at the moment. Maybe they'll come back, but they really want it to be a New Zealand squad. And then, but if the players are good enough, they can move up, go to France and play in that team. And then ultimately, maybe they can work their way into the Premier League. So now there's a clear pathway through his ownership structure that if players are good enough, they can go all the way. So I think it's probably going to be the most exciting thing for football. Definitely Tamaki Makaurau for a very long time.
How nice was it to host or co-host the FIFA Women's World Cup last year with Australia? It was certainly an opportunity to be a proud Kiwi, a proud New Zealander, with being able to put on a spectacular like that.
Yeah, well, we were also actually a sponsor of the Four Football Friends, so we came on and sponsored the national team for the tournament. We, as a company, part of our kaupapa is to really elevate women's sport, so we sponsor the Super Rugby Aupiki teams. But yeah, the Four Football Friends for that tournament. It's pretty cool, to be honest, to see my logo behind them on national television. But what a tournament. I was there at the opening game. New Zealand scored that amazing goal, 4 passes. It was football class. But what was fantastic was the whole nation got behind the team. And that always happens in World Cups. So then, recently we brought the Phoenix to Go Media Stadium. We did the double header with the women's and the men's. And that was really to try and help, get that women's game going. Women's sport's totally different from men. It's more razzle-dazzle, I reckon, and often it's actually more exciting. And so it's a different product. And so it's, I'm proud to actually get right behind women's sport. But the Phoenix women are doing really well. You've got men top of the table at the moment. So this return match in March at Eden Park is going to be huge.
You didn't jump on stage with Jack Black and the Foo Fighters the other night, did you, Mike? And let it rip. What else is on the card for the Go Media waka this year?
Well, to be honest, I was trying to do a cover of Better Man by Pearl Jam, but they wouldn't let me on stage. But I did it later on afterwards, just by myself, during the pack down. No, we've just announced that we're done a sponsorship partnership with Tennis New Zealand to help them. We've got the Davis Cup, 2nd and 3rd at Stanley Street. So get behind New Zealand there.
There's not many Māori-owned advertising, marketing organisations besides yourselves, are there? How would you describe Go Media? What's the elevator pitch? What do you guys do?
Oh, well, we're an outdoor advertising company, so we've got digital billboards all over the country, but we're a little bit different than most in that we're very values-driven. And the kaupapa for us is manakitanga. We want to uplift the mana of all, so we want positive messaging for Māori, but all cultures in the market all the time. We've got a propaganda machine, so let's get to make that a positive propaganda machine. And then, throughout, we have the ability to sponsor So it's not just sport, arts, music, culture, like Atatini, for example, Te Pau Theatre here in Auckland. We try to help where we can. We're a long-standing partner of Te Whare with the Māori Language Week. You know, we've helped help them create world records for, you know, getting people to sign up for the Māori Language Moment. So, you know, right now we've got, with what's going on in the political world, with the King calling the hui, we had tahi, unity billboards we put up. You know, because we want to be the, well, we can contribute in a positive way, and so that's what we're trying to do. All off the bar, off the post.
Thank you for sharing some kōrero with us, Mike. I take my hat off to the contribution you are doing for our people and the kind messaging that have been present for many years. Back to the role of a papa. Where does your son get his skill set from? Does the apple fall far from mama's tree, or does the apple fall far from dad's tree?
Well, a bit of both. My wife Andrea was she was a top runner, top netball player. His uncles were like they're league team in basketball, so they're all talented at league, basketball, running, athletics. And on my side, I was a tennis player. I was a top tennis player. I played Andrew Mertens from the All Blacks. He used to be, him and I were arch rivals. He didn't start playing rugby until he was a lot older, and I was a good runner as well. But yeah, I played football, and last year my masters team for Waikato, we won the treble, the Community Shield, the league, and the knockout, and we actually won the quadruple because we won the Fair Play Award as well. So I tell my son, you know, I've done the treble like Man City.
I'm sure you would have won a few awards at the bar that evening too with the clean sweep. Mike, I'd just like to thank you once again for having a yarn with us. I wish you well for the year ahead, and hope to see you at a few more sporting opportunities to celebrate our youth, our rangatahi. Mihi ana kia koe.
Yeah, kia ora for that, up the wires, and hey, I love the fact Māori television are covering this game. Awesome, thank you.
Keep your width, keep your width. Keep your width.
Might even keep your head bro for some sideline comments if you'd like.
Hey, Harley, time. I'm looking. I'm looking. Do you want me to carry on showing there? You've got the ball here. Do you want me to carry on showing down here? You've got the ball around here.
Call for some substitutions. Have we had our drinks break in the second half yet? What do we?
Kārea.
Kārea mo.
Or even see the holder.
Hey, 4 points to 1.
Ball back comes out.
Right. Ia koe korona ki tō hoa. E tino tata te tima o te reo ki te raki. E roa ngā wā I Pātiporo, I tērā pau, I ngā pau, engari. Ka re tai te kora. So two really close opportunities there as people were watching that the northern team hit the post, both posts, the left post, then the right post. But to no avail, still haven't managed to get another goal.
I've been stoked to have Wiremu Parker join me this afternoon throughout the bulk of the day. Mike Wiremu is not as young as these fellas anymore, but he was quite talented in football as well and represented Wellington, Punake, Te Upoko, Te Ika, and as a young man he got an opportunity to play over in the States as well, and so it's nice to see that those opportunities were available back then, but a lot more available this day and age.
Ai mena kei te hia e tahi ue nei kai tākaro ki te haere ki tā wāhi. E mahanga huarahi. Ki mua ia rātou, o te rā ia tātou te ui Māori. Lots of opportunities these days for our rangatahi if they do decide that that's something they would like to do and go experience life in a different country and play football, get a scholarship to university, those sorts of things. These options that are here today for the rangatahi can be a good thing. Ko te wero pēr ki te neke ki te rātu whenua. E noho moki ana. Ki te whānau, ki te kāinga. So it's not for everyone to move away from their whānau, from their marae, from their whenua, but for those that are willing to give it a go, they can certainly get some benefits and an education at the same time.
Yeah, how important is it, Mike, for something to fall back on for our young men and women, not to just to rely on one avenue such as sport, the encouragement to sort of get into trade or tertiary education or other employment opportunities?
Well, actually, my nephew, Kaya Rangihaita, he's over in America at the moment, playing in Connecticut for Fairfield University. So he got a scholarship. So it's his second year. He's just sort of halfway through the season. So he found the first year really academically quite difficult, but this year he's done better. And they have a very short condensed season over there. But their games are actually played live on ESPN. Just got the North. That's good cross there. Oh, keeper's dropped the ball, but no, he's got it back. And he scored a goal recently, and of course, you know, the American commentators, and it's Rangi Hayata. A volley from way back. Rangi Hayata goes, runs to the corner. It's his second goal. Rangi Hayata. So, but it's so cool they actually broadcast the games. So, but yeah, he's on this career pathway where there's the education piece and the football. And so he was just back for Christmas, and yeah, he's doing well. It's tough though, but you know, their coach just got fired because they didn't get through qualifications. So, you know, his scholarship hinges on him being in the team. So, but he's last year he was a freshman and he had the most minutes of all the freshmen. So again, Winton has coached him and mentored him since he was 5. So well, about more like 7. But yeah, Winton's, you know, his influence on so many players cannot be underestimated. So yeah.
Have you gone over there to have a look at the facilities, Mike, over to the Fairfield University?
Not yet,
but
in March we're looking to make a trip. But in April I went over to Germany where Ihai was playing, and then through an academy, like a German academy squad, he went to a tournament, under-19 tournament in Spain, which was really, you know, a good eye-opener. And then in July, Ihai got invited through that academy to go to the Madrid Cup, which is an under-19 tournament in Madrid. And it had the top under-19 teams from all around the world, like River Plate, Tigres from Mexico, which was actually in their pool. And then Kai managed to go into the squad as one of the over 19 players. So the two of them were in Madrid together, playing for a German club against Tigres from Mexico. They actually won their pool and went through into the knockout round, and then they lost to another Mexican team. But yeah, you had Liverpool had a team there, River Plate. So as an experience for the two boys, it was amazing.
So just as he shared there, so he's talking about some of the university paper.
Here we go! Give him information with the pass.
Oh, well, hopefully we can go watch maybe Messi play. That'd be awesome. One of the cool things, though, about when Ihai was in Bremen was Winton, one of Winton's friends is a sponsor of Werder Bremen. And unbeknownst to me, he came out to Waiheke with Winton, I don't know, 5 years ago, actually. And then I just hosted him, and then we took him to a Breakers game. Of course, we turn up in Germany, and he's like, oh, do you want to come to my box? So we would go to Werder Bremen and sit in his box with players that used to play for Germany, and they have 40,000 fans there. It goes crazy over there, you know, the way the Germans watch and the opposition. And went to a game against Frankfurt, and they only had a tiny part of the stadium, but they made more noise than 30,000 Werder fans, and so it was pretty cool to be in that environment. But yeah, never watched football or soccer as they call it in America. But you know, you got Bill Tuiloma's over there playing, Michael Boxall, and so you know, some of them have carved out a career in Major League Soccer. So it is a career pathway for the boys. But I just think it's well, actually, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about my other nephew Nico, who's playing in the Māori under-16 team. He got 3 goals today, and what I see in him is it's that whole thing where you got to go against your older brother and your older cousin, and you know, they've always knocked him down and pushed him over and cheated, and and yet he's I know he's grown because of that. And so my goal is that all 3 of them will go on to represent the All Whites and have professional careers, and that's the dream I've had for them. And so yeah, they've got the dedication and commitment. So, but it's great, like things like to represent your people is an honour, and this is cool.
Yeah, now we out, now we out. Holly. Other side, yeah. Now we go.
Ka hoki ki te kēmu I nai nei.
Haere tonu ana ngā mihi kia Mike Gray. Kai whakahaere matua o Let's Go Media. Anō nei he papa maia. O tēnei, o etehi o enei kai tākaro. Haere hoki ana ngā mihi ki tēnā. Haere te mea kia whaiti te titiro ki te toku iti. Ngari, no doubt each kid and each young man has a story, and proud supportive parents and visions for their opportunities in the years to come. Been an honour to bring on a couple of other experts of the game, such as Matua Fu, also Mike Gray, who's helped out with the commentary. Got our last drinks break here at ngā puna o Waiorea Hua Mā. Mutu ana tēnei, he rua te community e toi ana. If you've been with us for the bulk of the day, don't go too far. We've got our last sort of quarter to go. It's been a privilege to bring you coverage. Much love e Hua Mā. Noho pūmau tonu mai.
Keep up those comms too.
Yeah, just do what I do. Like, pretty much miss it. Hit another person and go in.
Is that on the number 2?
E te iwi hoki mai anō ki tēnei wahanga whakamutunga o tēnei rangi ki ki ana i te poiwhana me te kaunga. No reira e mihi ana ki ngā kapa, ko eke ki te whira i tēnei rangi. Otira ki te tirohanga o futuporo poiwhana Māori ki te whakatairanga i ngā pūkenga o te hunga tāne. I tēnei rā, ko te tūmanako ia e hara i te mea he harore kotahi. Engari, ko te manako ia ka karahi ake ngā ahuatanga pēnei. Ki te maramataka, ki te wātaka o te tau, o tira ngā tau kei mui te aroaro. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the last quarter of the final game here at Ngā Puna o Waiōrea, Western Springs. Let's hope that this is just not a one-off occasion, but there's opportunities throughout the football calendar to provide opportunities for our Māori to have time on the stage. Big thanks once again to all the people that have contributed to ensuring opportunities for our young men to showcase their skills. Some proud parents out here and a proud club, the Western Springs Association Football Club. Te ringa manaaki, ko whakahaere I tēnei kaupapa I tēnei rā. Mihi once again to Māori Active, Whakata Māori, and to those support entities that have wrapped around this game. All sport, in fact, for our rangatahi. It's been a privilege to bring you coverage. Thanks once again to our YouTube space and our audio-visual team for providing the pictures and the coverage. It's been a joy. Te noho tahi ki taku tuakana Wiramu Patrick. It's been a buzz, my bro, and I've certainly enjoyed it. I know this game is sort of drawn out a bit longer, but let's give it the credit that it deserves. And thanks once again for profiling our reo and your knowledge of the game, my cuz.
Tēnā koe tai. Ngā mihi hoki ki a koe. Mui I whakamana I whakaako ki ai. In that pocket. Thank you, brother, for sharing this experience today, and to all you guys watching at home as well. It's been special to watch all the boys out here today really put on a show and do the best they can for themselves, their whānau, their hapu, their iwi, to make sure that the ones that are watching and following have a good standard and a good example to follow. So ko tēnei te wahanga whakamutunga. We're into the last stage now of the day. E kei te haere tonu ngā te kēmu, e te haere tonu ngā kai tākaro. The boys are still running strong, still probing. Hako te ngeengitanga, even though they're tired, are heading up. He maha ngā kaupapa, kina I tēnei tau. I te timatanga o te wiki tū te rā whakaturua o te poi tūkohu. I tēnei rā ko tēnei kaupapa. A te wikene, ko tērā te pāwhutu pōro ki Rotorua hoki. So lots of kaupapa, lots of sports on at the moment. We've had the Rotorua Māori National Basketball Tournament this week. We've got this kaupapa here today, this tournament today in Auckland, and also back to Rotorua for the end of the week. There's a touch tournament there, so lots of sports for our tamariki and rangatahi to get out there and be active and do what they do best.
Also not long until the Super Rugby franchise kicks off again in our NRL. Exciting times to be an advocate and a sports supporter. Over the summer we transitioned to watching tennis, supporting tennis and the cricket. I don't complain, I love all sports. It's nice to see New Zealand mixing with some of the best.
I know you've been so good and you've been really focusing on the kaupapa, te poi whana, but I also know you've been bursting to talk about your beloved Warriors. Just want to get a bit of a take from you on your thoughts for the season ahead. Obviously, Roger's come back in, kept most of the boys from last year. How are you feeling? What are you thinking?
Yeah, the goal, mai rano, since day one, bro, is to eventually lift the shield, lift the trophy of the NRL. Every year we have a kiwaho or a whakataiki or a proverb saying that it's our year. To be honest, bro, the past couple of years I've been very satisfied with how the club has developed with the new coach. There's always been some criticism around the culture of the team, but I think the culture that Andrew Webster's brought and the relationship that Cameron George has with the players, the organisation, the governance side of the club is working well, and that reflects to the playing unit. So what I'm getting at is I was satisfied with the opportunity, with the position that we found ourselves in the top 8 last year. Yes, it was unfortunate that we didn't go all the way last year, but making that top 4 up against some quality opposition like the Broncos, the Panthers, who have been there since for a while now under the manakitanga of Ivan Cleary. I'm gunning for another top 4 spot, bro, and hoping that we do knock on the door come November and have the opportunity to knock over some of those stronger teams. We have a bit of a culture where we tend to drop off games against teams that we shouldn't really sort to, and we really stick it to some of the juggernaut teams that are up the other end. But we got the bro over from the Broncos in the back row. We lost Curran unfortunately, but Rogers back, Harris Davida's back. We've got depth in the halves. Tamaire Martin is struggling to find a spot. We've got Luke Metcalf and Sean Johnson in there who'll be guiding the ship. Chanel Harris Davida, bro, and Chance Nicole Clockstead. I mean, who can keep Roger out of his desired position in fullback? And having him slot in to the centres is surreal. It's unfortunate that Adam Whanua-Blake's looking elsewhere, bro, but obviously his family are based in Oz, and as you get older, there's nothing more important than family, and it's not the size of the check or the contract. It's more so opportunity to be around your parents as they get older and things like that. But I'm really proud of where league's at. It's nice to have those other 4 teams present in the different competitions, the Jersey Flag, the Harold Mats, the SG Ball, our New South Wales Cup. So unlike other years where we've only had either a reserves team or a 20s team, we've got those other divisions and age groups present to provide some competition and depth for our teammates our club to prove their worth and hold on to their spots. Our breakers too, bro, the NBL. Yeah. Brings me heaps of joy too, cuz having my son here, my potiki, he's fallen in love with the game. Matua Wiremu tēnei. Mana moiho tēnei. Son, we've sort of kua whakamohio atu ki te marea e whakarongo maina i tō ngākau nui ki te poiwhana kua huri. Kaua ko ngā tamatoi nānei ne, ko PSG ke, ko Lionel Messi, ko Mbappe Maunenya, ko ai atu, ko Lewandowski. Son, have you enjoyed coming out watching Māori play football? And what have you enjoyed most?
The goals.
The goals. There've been plenty of goals here, son. There's 4 goals to 1 at the moment. This blue team is carving up there from the north catchment of Auckland. These young men are under 19. Who's some of your favourite players that you think that these young men aspire to? Who's some of your favourite teams and some of your favourite players? And why do you love football more than rugby league?
I don't love football more than rugby league sometimes.
Who's some of your favourite players that are in the EPL and at the elite level of football, buddy?
Lionel Messi, probably Mbappe, Neymar, a lot of people.
Some we haven't really seen many bicycle kicks or any top-ins yet. What's some words of encouragement to these young men? How can they get better and perform like those of Neymar and Mbappe? What do they need to do?
Don't know.
What's some of the meanest sort of tricks? We've seen a guy called Mahaki in the under-16 team with great dribbling skills with the ball. You got to be talented to be able to carry the ball with both left and the right foot. Unlike your dad, he has 2 left feet. What do you have?
A life.
A life. I'll let you get back to your life, my son. It's been a privilege to call alongside you. Off you go. Go and annoy your mum. As you can see, quite relaxed here in Game 4 of the broadcast. Last man of the fence. He deserves a raspberry lemonade, that one.
Tēnō tata anō te tīma o Aotearoa ki te raki. Engari, kare nō rātou kia kōra e tēnei wahanga o te kēmu. Another close opportunity. Still unable to make that final breakthrough.
Te o mari, tērā wiki, tai atu koe ki tō whakaharatau tuatahi mo te poiwhana. He aha ngā paenga, he aha ngā uauatanga. He aha ngā paenga, bub. What were the good things of your first football practice last week? What did you enjoy?
I almost got a score.
You almost got a goal? It's not all about scoring. What about if you're defending? What were some of the hard things, bub? What were some of the challenges transitioning from rugby and league and netball and tag to the circular ball, to the round ball, to soccer? What were some of the challenges?
Just keeping it by me.
Keeping it by you, yeah, that's a huge technique. I think us that are a bit foreign from football don't understand how important it is to look after the pill, and some of these guys have it on a string. And so a big mihi to the hours and the days and the months and the years that these boys and girls practice juggling, practice dribbling. Yeah, it's quite surreal how these players can manage the ball.
Yeah, you see too when when the ones that are really comfortable with the ball, when they've got lots of players around them, they still ask for the ball, they still want the ball, and they can manage to sort of look and see which way to turn to evade the defender. Yeah, pukinga no tēnā, that's another skill to develop.
Ara we te ara I reira. He mana nui tō te wawao. He mana nui hoki te kimi kōra. Kōra e watahi. E rua. Tū āhuatanga o te kēmu. Defence wins games, and it's just as important as the attacking flair, as the ability to protect your goal. Tama ngākau Māori e, whakaaria mai, he hono re. Whakataka te hau, era himene, era waiata katoa. Kia tau te rangi Māori e kia tātou katoa. It's been an honour once again, a long day, but a very productive and worthwhile day. Mai I ahau māua ko wiremu, ngā kai tēnei rā. Haere tonu ana ngā mihi ki ngā pākainga o tira te hunga, kua mene atu, kua haere ki tua, rātou, kia rātou tātou ngā waihotanga e pupuri tonu ana I te mana, I te mauri o rātou mā. Tēnā koutou, huri noa, tēnā tātou katoa.
Keep us going.
Bring it.